Thank you, Lewis. As we grow old, there are many factors that are consuming our everyday lives, from school, our careers, relationships, and family. Every day we encounter different levels of stress. I want everyone to ask yourself this one question. How much stress is too much stress? It's a pretty interesting question that you've probably never really thought of yourself. We all go through different amounts of stress, but regardless of the amount, it is imperative that we focus on relaxation and stress relievers rather than the stress itself. Relaxation is important to incorporate into our everyday lives, as stress can have a negative effect on the brain. Continuous amounts of stress can actually affect and change our brain by shrinking in size, how we handle stress, loss of connections or sparks in our brain. How, you might ask? Well, first I like to explain stress. The definition of stress is pressure or tension. When we put pressure and tension on our brains, it affects our mental health, our physical health, and our emotional health. Cortisol is what causes stress, also known as the stress hormone. Stress can become handy in certain activities such as sports or during fight or flight mode. So that part of stress is okay. It's good. Next, stress can shrink your prefrontal cortex of your brain, which regulates behaviors like concentration, decision-making, judgment, and social interactions. Last, fewer brain cells are being made with stress. This means that when we have chronic stress, fewer brain cells are actually being made, and it results in difficulty of learning, concentration, decision-making, judgment, and social interactions, which may become irritable and depressed. This means it can lead to chronic depression and even Alzheimer's disease. Although this might seem like scary information, there are ways to reverse what large amount of cortisol does to our brain. The most powerful tools are exercise, which release endorphins that combat high levels of cortisol, and meditation, which is being aware of our surroundings and listening to our body. Our brain is a precious organ, and having constant stress from our everyday lives can affect the brain and result into a domino effect. We become restless, irritable, forgetful, and overwhelmed. With that being said, we become stressed from forgetting things and being irritable and our different social behaviors. Therefore, without relaxation, stress on our brain can actually evolve into a continuous cycle. Now sit back, relax, and Chad will begin by talking about the places to relax. Take it away, Chad.